Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be doing an interview on how my Criterium Nationals went. Let me know what you guys think of this kind of video in the comments. Yeah, let's get into it. Welcome back everyone. We're here with Ethan Corson, who just came off of Junior's 15-16 National Championship Criterium. He executed a aggressive performance and we're here to ask him some questions. So Ethan, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you for having me on the show today. Looking forward to the questions you had to ask me. Alright, Ethan. So the first question is, do you think you executed a good race and why? Yeah, I think I executed a good race. I mean, I stuck to the plan. Like going into it, I wanted to ride aggressive, always attacking, trying to make the race hard, and trying to get off the front because I knew I couldn't sprint with some of those guys. So I knew my best bet was to get in a breakaway and sprint from a reduced group. Second question. Is there anything you would have done differently? I don't think there's anything I would have done differently. I feel like I executed a good race. I stuck to the plan, did everything that I wanted to do, and I mean, I gave a good go at it. I mean, that was my best chance at winning, and I put myself in a position to where I had a chance at winning. That's what I like to do a lot of times is, even if you don't have the legs, always put yourself in a position to try and win. That way, if that one day that you do have the legs, you can win. So, glad with what I did. I would not change anything, no. Next question. If you were to break the race into 3 sections, beginning, middle, and end, how do you think you executed each stage of the race? Just to kind of walk you through it. In the beginning, we'll just say it was a 45-minute race, so we'll break it up into each 15 minutes. So the first 15 minutes, lap 1 actually, I attacked with Cormac Nagel. We got off the front for a little bit, but then they brought us back. And it was basically every time they would slow up on the front, I'd attack. So like I'd always have that slingshot effect. That way they can't just hop on my wheel. They have to do a big sprint and effort to even have like a chance on getting on my wheel. I did that a lot in the beginning. And then in the middle, Enzo and a couple other kids on DC Devo started attacking. And they were doing some big attacks and Enzo kept attacking. So like the middle section of the race, I kind of just followed. Like I wanted to be in every move. I wanted to be in the move. So I kept just following, but I wasn't really attacking because they're doing that basically for me. So I was just following the moves, making sure I was in all the scary moves. Like if Enzo was up there, like at one point Enzo and Matthew Crab were off the front. So that was dangerous, but I didn't use a lot of energy there because I kind of let everyone else freak out and bring it back. And I kind of just sat back and saved some energy. So I think the middle section, I was doing really good on saving energy and just following moves. In the end, alright, so the end we'll break it up into like last 15 minutes. So Enzo kind of like calmed down after the middle section. So I started attacking again, and I think I've only attacked 2 or 3 times in the last 15 minutes. I would do an attack, like the gaps, like you could get a gap easier because everyone was softened from all the other attacks. So I got brought back twice. And then I was following this move that one of the other kids I was racing did, and I was third wheel. So we came out of turn 4, and they all went to the right, and it was like they slowed up and swerved all the way to the right. So I went left and just put like a 500-600 watt dig because I was hurting at that point. But I knew if I was hurting, they were hurting because we were all strung out too. And then they all just sat up, looked at each other, and I just got a gap, and then I just put my head down and motored, and then I got a gap. So I went off the front with 7 laps to go, and then I got caught with 2 laps to go. So that was also the only move that ever got a gap. Like I had 10 or 15 seconds at one point as like my max gap, which is pretty decent in this kind of field. So yeah, I feel like that was my best chance at winning. Then with 2 laps to go, they caught me. I tried to stay as close to the front as possible for the sprint. Coming out of turn 4 on the last lap, I was top 10, but I had nothing left. I gave it my all, but I just didn't have enough of a sprint to like contest the sprint. So I finished 17th, and I mean, happy with my performance though. Like it was really hard, but I'm glad that I put myself in a like place and gave myself an opportunity to win. It's bike racing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You never know what's gonna happen in a bike race. So yeah. All right, next question. What were some key points in the race? Key points in the race. Okay, so I think when Enzo and Matthew were off the front, I think that was a key point in the race. Everyone had to like really drop a lot of watts there because they had like a 2-3 second gap, but it like wasn't growing, but it wasn't shutting. So that was a little scary at one point. Then I'd say when I was off the front, that'd be another key point in the race because they all had to work together to try and bring me back. And then I feel like those were the only two really important parts of the race. There wasn't any like big moves at all. There was a lot of attacking just the whole race. In the sprint, obviously, at the end. All right. One of the juniors are asking, do you think you fueled properly? Did I fuel properly? Yes, I fueled properly. I had a good breakfast. Then I had some gummies before the race, some like high carb gummies that had a lot of carbohydrates in them. And then I had a high carb gel right before I started the race with like electrolytes, carbs, and sugar in it to like give me that little boost right before start. So yeah, I feel like I did good on my fueling. I mean, it was only a 45-minute race. We weren't like burning a ton of like calories or anything. But yeah, I had water on my bike. It was just plain water that I used to like wash down the gel, and then I would spray some of that like on my back to cool me down during the race. So yeah, I think I fueled properly. One of the coaches from another team was asking, how were the team dynamics during the race? Team dynamics. Okay, so the main team was EF Education On2, which had Brady and Enzo. Enzo was the race favorite. He won the 2 previous days. So they were like the strongest team. There was also Velosport, 5 guys or something. I think that was the only other like big team that actually like did a little bit of teamwork. Yeah, so Brady Haug was Enzo's lead out guy basically. So Brady Howard had to bring everything back. If something got a little gap on the front, Brady had to bring it back. Brady did some attacking though too, so we had to follow him a couple times. Velosport, they did a little bit of like attack counterattack, but it wasn't that much. And I feel like they probably contributed to help bring me back at that one point. So yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of team dynamics because there wasn't any like big teams there. So yeah. All right, next question. If you were able to go back in time and do it again, would there be anything you would change on how you attacked the race? If I were to go back in time and change anything, I don't think I would. I mean, yeah, I don't think I'd change anything, no. I gave myself my best opportunity at winning. I put myself in the position. Just, it didn't work out that day, so yeah, I don't think I would change anything, though. Were you happy with your race/performance? Yes, I was very happy with my race and performance. I think I proved to myself and everyone else that I can hang with those guys and race with them at the top level. So I'm very happy with my performance. Definitely boosted my morale and mentally helped me too. All right, next question. Did you think you had a chance at winning before you started the race? Just walk me through what you were thinking. Yes. I believed I could win before starting the race. Before every race, I go in thinking I can win. Ever since that one time where I raced a P123 race versus Michael Hernandez and a bunch of other guys, no one thought I could win because also my first P123 race. And only my dad believed in me. And then I ended up getting in the breakaway with Mikey and then winning the race. So ever since then, I never count myself out and always believe that I can win. So any race I show up to, I think I can win, and I go for it. A member from the audience is asking, did you plan on attacking the race the way you did before you started? If so, how do you mentally prepare yourself for that kind of effort? Yes, going into it, I wanted to make it hard because I know I can sprint with them, but it's I can't win the sprint. They're just better sprinters. That's not my specialty. So I'm playing the cards I've been dealt, and what I'm really good at would be attacking and breakaway type effort stuff. So I played that card, and I knew that was going to be my best chance at winning. So that's what I did, and to mentally prepare myself, I love attacking, and I just love attacking and racing my bike. So there wasn't much to mentally prepare because it's just fun for me. So yeah, I was ready going into it. I knew what I was going to do. One of the juniors is asking, when you attacked the final time and got off the front, did you think you could have made it to the finish? And what exactly was going through your head? Just give us like some insight on what you were thinking when you were off the front with a few laps to go. Yeah, so when I was off the front, I looked back a couple times and I saw like the EF guys and the other riders looking at each other and not pulling hard. And then everyone on the sidelines, like my coach, friends, and family, were saying, "Go, go, you got the gap." They're looking at each other. So I put my head down and went, and I had a gap. Like at one point, from second corner to third corner, I was turning the third corner when they were turning the second corner. I was trying to get out of sight, out of mind, basically. So I definitely thought I had a chance to win. What was going through my head? I wanted to hold the highest amount of effort, or like the hardest amount of effort I could, to 1 lap to go. So I paced myself basically to 1 lap to go. Then once I got to 1 lap to go, it's just all out like sprinting basically. So that was kind of what I was thinking about, is my pacing and staying aero. I wanted to stay aero, take all like the shortest line through the course to go faster. Yeah, that was pretty much was all going through my mind. All right, 2 more questions. How hard were you going when off the front, and could you give some insight on how to pace such an effort for the young racers who might be watching this? Yeah, so off the front, I was going like a 9 out of 10 effort to 10 out of a 10 effort. Like I was just putting my head down and motoring. To pace it, so I was pacing myself into 1 lap to go. So I wanted to be like 99% dead when I came through the line for 1 lap to go. And then on that last lap, it'd just be mentally, because there's always another 10%, 20% you can get out of yourself just by mentally pushing. So I wanted to put myself in that situation so then I could just mentally push. Like, it's a national championship. It's a lot of motivation to push harder. So I wanted to basically, pace myself like that. All right, Ethan. Thank you for your time, but we have one last question. Final question. Can we expect to see another one of these performances again in the future? Can you expect to see me do that again in the future? We'll have to wait to find out. Thank you guys for having me. See you later. Alright guys, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe for more content. And let me know if you like this kind of video. So far I've had fun with it. So just let me know down in the comments. And yeah, see you guys next time. Peace.